If you'll take your seats, please. It's 12:30. Okay, it's time to get started. Thank you. Welcome to our meeting today. We have a special guest that Elaine is going to introduce.
Hi, guys. I was able to climb on the podium, so can you hear me? I think all of you know Randy. There's no sense in a big introduction. I'm going to bring him up. He has a special speech for us. Program for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. You okay? Okay, can y'all hear me okay? All right, it is great to be here in Garland County, and y'all do know that D-Day is end of next month. You're hosting a conference, and it's going to be an awesome conference. Y'all done so much hard work, and I mean, it's amazing. So I want to tell you that we sold out quickly. We're hoping, you'll have some volunteers, I think, slots left open, but we're going to wrap those up, and if those are extra, we're going to sell those too, because we have a lot of people that want to come to the conference. So great job to all of you working on that. Okay, I'm here to talk about, do y'all know who I am? Yeah. Okay, all right. I didn't know if you had newbies, but I'm here to talk about the Arkansas Diamond Program. So are y'all familiar with the Arkansas Diamond Program? Yeah. Everybody is? Okay. So what it is, what it entails is, y'all know what proven winners are, right? When you buy a proven winner plant, those are plants that have been trialed and do really well. Well, the Arkansas Diamond Program is a program that we trial plants. Usually it's in a 3-year trial, and we figure the ones that are going to do well in Arkansas. As I tell all master gardeners, Arkansas is the only state that we can have all 4 seasons in one day. So we have to have plants that really thrive. And when we hit July and August in the summer months, it is hotter than Hades. And we have to have plants that really survive our conditions. So we do this trial program, and it's through the green industry. And that's who that we help. The green industry is made up of extension, of plant growers, of plant horticulturalists. They're all come together in Arkansas, and we get with them to say, okay, these are plants that we'd like to trial in our trials, and we do this for 3 years on these plants to see how well they perform. And the good thing about these trials is that agents get these trials, and then they depend on, we have the awesome help of master gardeners that actually conduct the trials for us. So y'all actually have to do all the hard work. We get to claim the credit for it. So actually y'all do a great job of helping all of our agents do these trials. So that's more or less the basic part of it. I'm going to talk about the plants themselves because that's what we're going to talk about. I have 65 slides to get through in 30 minutes. So I'm going to go quickly. So I think we have 30 minutes and I have 10 minutes of Q&A. So right now, in 2015, that is when the program started. And we started with a yellow gold lantana, and it's a great one. Mine keeps coming back over year after year. I've had it for many, many years. It hasn't sprouted back this year, but I'm hoping it comes back. But again, it is a nice summer annual, low spreading. If you want pollinators in the garden, lantana holds up to the heat, does very well. Butterflies and bees love it. You can't kill it, I don't think. Once it gets established, I'm going to talk about the hot-blooded ones later on, but that's what I planted last year and did very, very well. But again, this is more or less the spacing, the height, and the width of these plants. Again, it's a heavy-duty plant that can take our heat. Okay, 2015 plants, this is another one. Core Cascade. This is that flowering periwinkle, Vinca catharanthus. We planted Vinca many, many years ago, and with it, there's a stem canker that happens. Your plants look great, and then one day they croak, and you're thinking, what is it? Well, chances are it's got that stem canker. So we more or less trialed a periwinkle that would hold up to it. And we're very fortunate that we have this series, the core series, that holds up to it. So if you're buying Vinca catharanthus, you want to make sure that it's in the core series, just so it has that disease resistant against that stem canker. And there's other colors of that out too. It's not just color, but there's some other colors that were trialed and tested later on. Okay, Dragonwing begonia. I love this plant. This is this one right here. Nice plant. It looks like, it reminds me of my grandmother's angel wing begonia. Does very well in the shade, will take sun, but it has to have moisture. It gets quite large. I plant 3 plants in a pot. They end up being this tall at the end of the year and this big around. And they never stop blooming. And people will see them on my porch from the main road and want to know what that is blooming. I plant it every year, been doing it since 2015, and it's always a showstopper. Okay, coleus. This one is redhead. Have y'all planted this coleus? It is an awesome coleus. Coleus, when back in my grandmother's day, they were really regulated to only the shade. Now, the breeders went crazy. We have all these sun coleus, and they're all wonderful. And again, this big red was one of them. Allow room for this plant to grow. It will grow leaps and bounds. It'll end up maturing out at this height and about this big around. But it loves the heat. The more sun it gets, the more vivid it is. And again, I tell master gardeners, if you kill a coleus, I'm going to pull your badge. There is no way that anybody here can kill a coleus. You can root them, you can neglect them, they will live. But if you kill a coleus, I'm going to pull your badge. Okay, the Scabiola, blue Scabiola. I love this. This is another sun one, and I love blue in the garden. If I get blue in the garden, I have that plant all the time. This is one that's a spreader, a crawler, a creeper, a weeper, whatever you want to call it. If you have a container, it could be your weeper in that container. So again, beautiful plant, loves the sun. More hot sun it gets, the better it performs. The only thing it's not forgiving, if you let it dry out and wilt one time, it takes 2 weeks for it to look good again. But again, my thing is make sure it keeps enough constant moisture to it so it doesn't wilt. But it is a great performer in the heat. Okay, Angelonia. There's so many different colors of Angelonia on the market. They sometimes call this summer snapdragon. It's not in the snapdragon family, it just has the panicle bloom like a snapdragon. Loves the heat, does very well. You can plant it and neglect it. It also does well in containers because it even carries us through that August heat. Again, this comes in other colors too that made the series later on, but this was one of the first ones, and again, it still performs very well. Last year, I know some of y'all worked on the trials, we actually did a spreader of this variety of Angelonia. It was a crawler. It only got about this tall, but it weeped over everything. It did very well. We're trialing, it's in its second year of trials now. Graffiti red, Penta. That is, a lot of people call it star flower. This is graffiti red. If you want hummingbirds in your garden, plant this. Loves it, loves it, loves it. Really dependable plant. If you've never planted a Penta, you need to plant one. They're an awesome plant to grow. You can get this in many colors too, but the graffiti red is the one that we tested, and it holds up very, very well.
But the deer like that, like Pinto?
Yeah, deer like everything. So, there's things out there they said deer won't eat, but if the deer are starving, they're going to eat it. So,
They really like the Pinto.
it's like, what, I'm sorry?
They really like the
Oh,
Pinto.
they do. They just like so much, so
Go ahead, sorry.
that's okay. Oh, it's over. Okay. Diamond plants, Velvet Elvis. This is the Plectranthus family. I don't think I have one. This one is in the same family as Swedish ivy houseplant. If you ever grow it, it blooms that bloom. A lot of my grandmother had it in a hanging basket on the porch every year. But this one has a dark green leaf, really and a pretty purple flower. Does the shade very, very well. And it's kind of a gaudy plant, hence the name Velvet Elvis. But it's a great one. I mean, I think you'll like it, especially since it's a nice blooming shade plant. Okay, this one is Cupia. We're in 2016. We're trialing these every year. 2016 Sriracha. This stuff grows in gravel, and I did not ever have to water this the whole time. Blooms. Any Cupia that you plant, they're pretty durable, but the Sriracha loves the heat, performs very, very well. Whopper. This is that big begonia. This one has a big leaf. And when it blooms, I call them the chunky blooms on this plant. I mean, they are nice ones to have. They can take full sun, but make sure you give them moisture, but they do very well in the shade. Again, they're a great one for mounding big, they do great in containers too, big mounding plant. Caladiums, I love caladiums. Especially in the shady areas. We have caladiums that'll take sun, but if you're doing shade, we tend to like lighter colors in the shade because it's dark there. So if you have a dark color in it, it's not going to show up. You don't get that wow factor. So this one's White Christmas. It performs very, very well. You do know when you plant caladiums, if you plan on digging up the tubers, the corms, you need to be feeding them all during that growing season. If you don't feed them at all, you dig them up, your little leaves will get smaller and smaller and they're not going to go back and build up the bulb. So again, if you plan on digging them up in the winter and storing them, you're going to have to feed them. Okay, this bubble gum Supertunia is amazing. Anybody grow that in here? Does very well in the garden. Very, very well. It is a heavy, heavy bloomer, meaning you do need to feed this because it blooms its little heart out. We have it at the demo garden, I have it at the house, but they have to actually prune it at the end of June, give it a haircut, and then it picks back up and it takes it to frost. In fact, it'll take a light frost and still bloom through it. Bubblegum Pink Vista Series, you can't go wrong. If you want color, if you want that color standing out the whole year or the whole growing season, you'll love this plant. Coleus, Wasabi Green, and I love this chartreuse green. You know, that's that wow color in the garden. Also, I like it because in the heat of the day, it gives you that nice cool green color, kind of cools you off. Again, another sun Coleus, gets pretty big, will end up maturing this high, this big around. Again, nice one to have, especially with that color change palette in your garden. Okay, anybody plant wishbone plant? This is Torrenia, and it's regulated for the shade. This one's a blue, I like it, bouquet blue. I tried it many years, I grow it every year. And the reason I like it, when you used to buy Torrenia, it wouldn't self-cleaning. The blooms would die, they'd stick to the plant, and you had to go pick them off. Well, now they bred them to where they're self-cleaning, so after they bloom, they start senescing and fall off. And that's one good thing about this series, this Torrenia series. And again, they've tried other ones too later on the years, but this is one of the first ones they did, and it does very, very well. Red Dragon's Breath Celosia. This one is an outstanding performer in the hot sun. It looks like crap when you plant it, don't panic. The more sun it gets, the heat hits it, it grows like crazy, and it will be a showstopper. Even when it's not blooming, the foliage is a beautiful, beautiful red. It matures out about this high from the floor, and it will be solid, this plumes. And growing up, I hated Celosia. I didn't like it. Now I love it. I just love it. It's just one of those things that performs very, very well in the heat of our summers. And again, this seats back. Now, due to the fact that this is a hybrid, we know what hybrids are. We don't know the baby's daddy. So you might get short ones, you might get tall ones. So just remember that. Okay, another cuvia. This is the orange, people call it cigar plant, firecracker plant. If you want hummingbirds, they love it, they flock to it. We trialed this back in 2018. Mine still come back. It's an annual, but I haven't noticed it coming back this year yet, though. But it did for the past 2 years, and it's been coming back ever since. And again, if you want it, it's going to mature out about this tall, about this big around, and it'll be solid blooms of this orangey color. And again, hummingbirds flock to this. Okay, sun patients. You know, we always have the impatiens that regulate to the shade. Well, we have sun patients. Now, I will caution you, sun patients need that moisture if you have in full sun. They get quite huge. They have a large bloom, which is really great about it, but each one of them are going to get this big around and about this tall. Great one to have, and this is our Royal Magenta was our trial sample. It performed very, very well. Okay, shrimp plant. Now, we didn't trial, this is the realistic shrimp plant. I'm not fond of this color. We trialed the yellow. It's just now starting to bloom. For a shady area, I love this light yellow. It looks really good in the shade. Pair it with white or pair it with purple. It's beautiful. Again, but it also comes in this flesh color. It just looks too shrimpy to me in this flesh color. Now, you might want to pick this for shrimp and grits. Okay, Lava Rose. This Coleus is a crawler. It's not going to be a tall one. It's going to get this about this tall, and it weeps. So if you want to bed it out as a ground cover, do it that way. If you want it in a container, it will spill over. I had to take a weed eater to this just to keep it in line. And it takes the abuse. It does very, very well. The more sun it gets, the more vivid the foliage. So again, great one. Again, you cannot kill a Coleus. Okay, Have anybody planted Silver Falls dichondra? Love this plant. It makes a statement. It is a weeper, so let it have room. Like you have window boxes is great, containers are great. You can grow as a ground cover, but you'll have to prune it with a weed eater too. But again, it crawls across the ground, but it is a beautiful, beautiful plant. Plus I love that silver color. Takes the heat very, very well. Okay, we also did the Cool Ways Pansy series, and we're getting ready for the warm season, so I'm gonna skip through these. But we do have a lot of cool season pansies and violas that we have trialed, and they do very, very well. And we're also trialing these again next year, another series for cool season. But again, there's a lot of series of our series. So you're gonna be looking for the tags. If you're looking for an Arkansas Diamond, they all have this Arkansas Diamond tag in them. So you'll know when you do it, or you will be in a pot like this. If you see that, you know it's been in the selection trials. Okay, chard. Again, if you like chard to eat, great. It's a good one to have. A lot of people plant this as a decorative plant in their containers for that fall, winter color. Does very, very well. We plant this plant in JDC garden, our juvenile detention center garden. Whatever we grow there, the kids have to eat. It's mandatory. They did not like chard stir fry. They did like, because we can't grow rhubarb here, and those red stalks are beautiful. They look like rhubarb. So I made them rhubarb strawberry pie cobbler. They love it and request it every year. So we grow tons of chard just to have strawberry chard pie, I guess, instead of rhubarb. It's delicious. Again, it's delicious stir fry. It's delicious in quiches. But it's also a beautiful plant to grow, and its brilliant colors and stems are awesome. Okay, Persian Shield. A lot of us grow this. It's going to be a shade plant. It's got that nice purple color. We usually pair it with this yellow shrimp plant. It looks great. Pair it with white impatiens. It's beautiful because it's a darker color. It's going to stand out better if you have something around it. Again, nice. It's grown for its foliage, not for its bloom. Great, great plant. Lantana, bandana, white lantana. Say that 10 times fast. Okay, I love white in the garden. White stands out, and the reason for it, because when I work, I have really two jobs. I have extension, and then I have my farm. So by the time I get through feeding everything at night, it's dark. So at least with white flowers, I can at least enjoy some of my garden at night, and it's beautiful. Again, a great pollinator for it. I don't get this one to come back for me. It is an annual, but usually with the lantana, I usually get it to come back, but this one will not. But a beautiful white lantana, heavy duty, takes the hot sun, blooms very, very well. Okay, we also did Solar Power Lime Heart Ipomoea. This is that sweet potato plant. It is in the Morning Glory family, not in the potato family, Solanaceae. Ipomoea, which is Morning Glory. It has the same bloom as a Morning Glory if you've ever seen it bloom. Again, beautiful, beautiful chartreuse green color, which I love, especially in July and August. I love pairing this with pink. It looks great. Again, I had to take the mower and the weed eater to this. You know, don't plant a whole bunch close together. This thing will get big, big. I mean, it spreads like crazy. Here's, again, a nature series of pansies that we did in 2020. Again, we'll trial cool season 2. This is our Glamour Red Kale that we did cool season 2. So, again, a nice one to have. I do have to admit, if you get a lot of cold weather and you have these bedded outside in a bed, when you drop 27 degrees or more, you want to cover with a frost-free cloth. If you have them in containers underneath the porch, you don't have to worry about it. Because they will live through it, but they'll get a brown edge around it. I don't like that. Again, this is Flamethrower. I have one here. Nice one. More sun it gets, the more vivid it is. Another sun-loving Coleus. Again, you cannot go wrong with a Coleus. And they have a lot that we tested and trialed. Honeybell's Cupia. This is another one that butterflies and hummingbirds love. I plant this in a container every year. You can plant it in the bed. It has a little bit smaller bloom, but it has billions of blooms on it. A great one to have. It looks like crap when you plant it. Where is it? Oh, it looks like a little wimpy old thing. But once sun hits it, it does great and it blooms solid. Okay, lemongrass. A lot of people might have this as an herb they used to cook with it. We trialed this one. Does very, very well if you want that green texture in the garden, which we like that monocot leaf with dicots because it stands out, that contrast. Again, I have to drag mine in the garage and overwinter it just to get it to live. It does freeze out. Okay, back to Color Blast Portulaca series. Portulaca is rose moss. Is that the common name for that? Grandmother, okay. Again, great one to have. Low, short to the ground, blooms continual. I mean, my bees love it. They flock to it all the time. Again, it comes in a mixture of colors too, the Color Blast series. Great one. We also trialed a red caladium. This is the Postman's Joiner caladium. Another nice blooming or nice leaf foliage caladium. Again, if you want to store these bulbs over winter, feed them continually at least once a month during the growing season, just so you beef up that corn. Dusty Miller, another one that I get to live for 3 years or more. It's an annual, but it does very well in Little Rock. Again, usually it's another contrast plant. And you know, when you get a gray leaf foliage, they're pretty durable. They really don't care what you plant them in. It could be poor soil, it could be rich soil. They perform very, very well. They do not like to be overwatered, which is not a problem at my house. So if I neglect, it thrives on neglect. It does very well. And what I like about it, it carries me on through the winter. Meaning it looks really good. I'll use this with pansies and violas, and it's beautiful. Osaka series. This is a kale. Again, a nice one to have for those of you who are planting that fall, winter color. You can use this one. Allow room for it to grow. It gets about this big around. Okay, then we have the core series again. This is that Vinca catharanthus. This is that one that's resistant to that stem canker that I was talking about, that flowering periwinkle. So if you are buying a Vinca, which a lot of people do, because it's one of those hardy annuals that you can bed out, make sure it's in that core series, just so you have that resistance against that stem canker. Asparagus fern, this is something my grandmother used to have. I love this fern. A lot of people don't like it because they say it's scratchy. I like it because my sheep don't bother if they get out. They don't like, I don't know if it's the texture or what. But I like it because this is, it's actually truly not a fern. It's called asparagus fern. But it has those storage units in the root system, little white thing. So you know they could take the heat. This thus thrives around a pool, concrete pool, in a pot, in full sun, and I usually mix annual color with it. And again, just because of the little storage capacity in that root system, they thrive during the heat. You can grow it in shade too, just get slankier. Purple coneflower, this is actually a perennial. We are trialing it in 2023. We're actually, Arkansas Diamond was strictly limited to annuals. Now they're doing the perennial series. And this is purple coneflower, and this is really one of my favorite perennials. If you don't have a coneflower in your garden, I suggest you get one. You will love it for pollinators, you will love it for bees. I encourage deadheading so you get that bloom cycle from May till frost on it to deadhead those blooms. Again, nice perennial to have. Again, we have black-eyed Susans, Rebecca Herta. This is one that you have, and somebody will give it to you, but you cuss in the next year because it spreads like crazy. So this is a nice plant to give away to your friends. It's a nice, hardy plant. So, friends or enemies, give them to both. Again, very nice. Loves the heat. The ones we have at the state office started blooming in June. It didn't stop till frost. Great one to have. Okay, now the present trials. You know, the 4 plants that were selected for the 2023 year, this is the one that y'all helped us trial. This is that global angel mist. This is that spreading angelonia, the one that only got this tall, but it spreads across. It's a nice one. We also did the angel mist deep purple angelonia, which is a beautiful one. And this is, we also did Heather. Who helped with the trials last year? Here, great. Oh, she was there. Oh, great.
Oh, yeah, several.
And
Mexican heather.
did this one do that Heather do really well?
Mexican heather did great.
Yes, it went across the whole state and did very, very well. Yeah, it was a Lacidai, and I'm hoping it comes back. I'm still waiting. Mine hasn't showed signs of living yet. But again, I love that plant. Also, we did Beach Bum Blue Evolution. We actually did 2 of these,
yes.
And they did really well. Beach Bum Blue, I think, won the trial because it's in its 3rd year, and that's what's going to be offered this year for sale. That is this. And again, I love blue in the garden, and it bloomed continual. And again, we tried 2, Beach Bum Blue and Blew My Mind last year. But this is the one that made it this year, I think. Again, there's the other one, Blew My Mind, which is another one that did very, very well in the trials. And again, it's its 3rd year. Okay, we had trials all across the state. And again, we have very fortunate to have master gardeners that help with these trials. And again, we had 30 county agents doing these trials. And again, we want representatives all across the state because we want these plants doing well. Whatever's chosen has to do well in Northwest Arkansas all the way down to Deep South. Again, this is what our trial gardens are. They're 3 foot by 3 foot, 9 plants per the section. That's how we usually do it. And again, we actually have, the reason why we're early because we're Central Arkansas, but we have the trials going at the same time. So Northwest Arkansas can't plant until the middle of May because of the frost there. Like I am finally I'm so happy I get to plant tomatoes next weekend, or this coming weekend. I'm thinking our frost days are over, so I'm getting ready to plant all my warm season this weekend. So up there in the Northwest Arkansas, they're not able to do that. So that's the reason why the trials are going to be, y'all are getting them late, or you think they're late. It's because Northwest Arkansas is in the trials. Again, this is more or less the ones that we pulled results from. We did representation from our 3 districts, Delta, Ozark, and Ouachita. Again, that's the ones we pulled the samples from. These are the results on how well those trials do. We do it to see, and then again, they are trialed for 3 years. And if they still get the same recommendations, our recommendations, for those 3 years, then they're voted on what is going to be the new Arkansas Diamond for that year. Again, that's results in Ozark District. That's the results in the Ouachita District. And so for the final notes, we're looking for something that's going to do really, really well. Because these things are not fed throughout the deal. They're only fed one time with Osmocote. I can't have agents or master gardeners feeding them all the time because we have to see how they represent across the whole state. So they're only fertilized one time with a certain variety of, or certain recommendation of Osmocote, and then they're just water. They're at the mercy of Mother Nature. And so that's how we do it, just to see how well they're going to hold up. And that, when I say Mother Nature, that means, deer, rabbits, whatever, dogs, anything like that, sheep. So anyway, introducing the 2024 diamond plants. Beach Bum Blue is the one that meet that trial. That's the one I just showed you. It won this 3rd year last year that y'all trialed. It performed very, very well across the whole state. Actually, more people said it had a bigger bloom, and the bloom stayed open longer. So again, it is the 2024 one. Hot-blooded lantana, love this plant. If you don't plant this lantana, you will love it. I had it in trial last year, planted a whole row, did not water it one bit at all. It performed very, very well. People stopped and said, what is that lantana? A very nice one, tons of bees on it, tons of butterflies on it. So if you see hot-blooded, do it. It's a great one to have. This is another perennial that we trialed, and this is that Blue Star Ansonia. We have people that, Ansonia, it has those little blue flowers on it. But it's beautiful. It's grown because I love that feathery texture. Things can't be beautiful 24/7. It's just hard to do. So again, we rely on either the blooming power or the foliage of the plant. And this is what I call a foliage plant because it's a nice wispy texture. And it looks good while it's growing. But the fall color on this is beautiful. It's a showstopper. And so I encourage you, try it. I think you're going to like it. Purple Heart. This is I don't have any. Secretia. A lot of people call it, Moses in the Cradle because of the bloom. It comes back from Little Rock. I'm sure, does it come back here every year? Even though it's treated as an annual, it comes back year to year for us. A lot of our master gardeners in Pulaski County had it in their sanctioned sites because of that. It's a great performer. I don't think grasshoppers even bother this. Beautiful, beautiful plant. Also, 2025 Arkansas Diamond Trials. This is the ones coming up this year. We're going to trial the Vinca Tattoo Black Cherry, which is another in that core series. It's this color. We're doing the Zinnia Red and Yellow Bicolor. We're doing a perennial Verbena. You probably have this in your garden. This is that Homestead Verbena. It's a nice girl one, but we're doing it across the whole state. And then we're doing Liatris or Liatris. We're trialing it in the trials this year. So we're doing 2 annuals and 2 perennials. So with that being said, how am I doing on time?
You got 1 minute.
Oh, great! Jeez! That's great. Yeah. Oh. So again, if you haven't tried Arkansas Diamond Plants, I think you will want to because they are our little proven winners for Arkansas, and they do a great job. So do I have any questions?
Randy,
Yes.
I heard Dr. Bowden speak at Cross County, and he told us there's new caladium coming out in May, but he couldn't tell us about it.
But was it new caladium an Arkansas Diamond trial caladium?
He said there's a brand new caladium
Okay.
that'll be out in May, but
Told us of the Arkansas Diamonds, and they will surely, just to please y'all, bring them in. In Little Rock, we have them everywhere. We have them at all the nurseries in Little Rock. So they're at Cantrell Gardens, they're at Good Earth, they're at River Valley, they're at all the nurseries there. Okay? Okay, well, you just say, I want Arkansas Diamond. Okay. And hopefully they will, but they're available from the wholesalers. So, yeah. But we do have them in Little Rock. In fact, I just got these at Little Rock. Anything else? Any other questions? Okay, great, thank you. So, I'm going to do how many minutes? Okay. Okay, did y'all have a number list, signing with the numbers on it?
It out there.
It is. I'm going to pick a number and then give a few of these away. Is it okay?
Spread out.
So I'm going to give a few of these away. I had to keep a few because this is one of the popular topics across the state. I've already had to talk on it 7 times already, but I had to do it tomorrow also. So I'm going to give a few of these away, and I'm going to go off the number list. So I'm just going to pick numbers. How many do we have here?
110.
Okay. Not everyone's going to get a plan. There's only going to be maybe 5 of you who get a plan. So Kim, do you want to say anything until she gets the number? Oh, she's got it. Okay, number on it. Oh,
There's not a number on it.
okay.
Just point.
Okay, here, just pick this. I don't want to look at names.
Suzanne Becker.
Suzanne Becker. Come on down. Dragon's Breath. You got sun for it? It has to have sun. Okay, let's do this one. Susan Fuller. Yes, son, Susan? Okay, this is going to be a hot-blooded.
Elizabeth McAnally.
Elizabeth?
Linda Riddle.
Linda who? Riddle. Linda Riddle. Here's a Whopper. Whopper Begonia. Okay, I'm going to do a yellow shrimp plant. Is this my next page? Give me this one up here.
Hildy Simmons.
Hildy! Hildy, have you grown this one already? Have you grown this? Oh, okay. Would you rather have a Cora or a blue? Yeah, you want which one? Since you've already grown. Oh, yeah, thank you. We're feeding, yeah. Okay, last one. This is going to be a coleus.
Mary Whittenberg.
Where Mary Whittenberg? Oh, she had leave?
She'd go to the track, but I'll say it.
Okay, well, that's fine if you know what. Okay, great. Thank y'all so much.
That's it, give Randy a big hand. I'm going to ask Marty Lynch to come up. She has graciously.
Marty.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Marty Lynch is coming up. She has partnered with me to help prepare gifts for our speakers. So she's going to tell you a little bit about the basket that was made for Randy. Something for else he's going to have.
Just put the whole thing.
Pick the whole thing up.
This is a diamond plant which is made by the students at the Garland County Detention Center Learning Greenhouse. We raised them from seeds, and then Aaron was there last Wednesday and he helped them to transplant the petunias from the pots into the hanging baskets. They grow from seeds. It's called a Laura Bush petunia. It's a wild petunia. It grows from seeds. You plant it and it comes up by itself. We'll have these for sale at the plant sale.
Oh, great, thank you. And that's what I'm recording? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, time to get on with our business meeting, minutes. Marcia?
The minutes were published in the newsletter. Are there any corrections or additions, or did anybody read them? Anyway, we're going to publish them as written. Yes,
I
ma'am?
have a question.
Yes,
On the minutes for the executive committee,
yes.
I've noticed that you don't list everybody that's actually participating in that meeting. Is that something we don't do anymore, or is it?
I can. That's fine. I mean, yes, I will be glad to.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Denise is traveling. The treasurer's report was published, I believe, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, so are there any questions about that? Okay, it will be filed. Membership, Lynn?
Yes, well, I'm very, very pleased that we had 110 people this morning. Yay, that's right. I'm also very, very proud of you for putting hours in. They were changed at noon yesterday, so if you put them in last night or this morning, you're not on the list. But as you leave, look and see if your name's on the list. And if you're a really, really good person, you got a star beside your name. That means that you have a total of 60 hours. That does not mean you stop putting hours in. And that doesn't mean we don't want you to get that education either. But we have nearly 5,500 total hours, and we have 1,388.4 education hours. So let's keep up the good work.
Okay, Elaine, our Vice President on projects.
I have sent out, passed around the project evaluation forms. We made them shorter this year. We need these in, and I've received a lot. Thank you. There's some blank ones over on the table for you committee chairs to fill out the project evaluation. These is giving us an idea of who's going to work for us next year and what we need to figure into the budget. And I know there's some that have not thought they needed to do it, but they do. So Karen, Grisham, be sure and do your. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Past President Sherry on first-year Master Gardeners and evaluation, mentoring.
Okay, our first years are off to a really, really good start. All but 2 have already started entering their hours. We have one person who is already certified as far as their work hours is concerned. We will recognize them next month because they're not here today. We would have done it today. So we're off to a great start. We do have a first year meeting tomorrow at the library at 1 o'clock. It's basically a plant sale meeting. This will be the first year you guys have participated, and Claudette is going to give you a real detailed overview and orientation as to what goes on at the plant sale and what your role will be. Hopefully you've all signed up to participate, to volunteer at the plant sale. So you'll get a lot more information about what you need to do personally. And next month, my second part of the job this year is CART. I'll be ready to talk to you about CART starting next month. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't believe our county agent is here today. Okay, so we'll go on to unfinished business. Tricia Freeman has some words about the 2024 state conference.
Well, I'm glad to see that the microphones are working this month. So Randy told me that we have 401 participants registered for the conference, which is a wonderful thing. We do have some leftover or unregistered volunteer spots. So if any of you still want to volunteer or register as a volunteer, then go to Donna Woodard. And we need to get everybody registered so the leftover spaces can be sold to other full-paying registrants. And we are going to have a hospitality, if not, Donna?
Several of us registered as just regular attendees so that there could be more money for the budget.
Yeah.
But we didn't know if we were supposed to go ahead and just tell you we were gonna volunteer.
Well, you would have signed up with Donna as a volunteer.
But that would take up 2 spots.
No, okay. You've got the, let's tell Donna that we want to volunteer and where we want to volunteer and when. Then there is the, let's register through the link as a volunteer. So you've already registered, but you can still tell Donna where you're going to volunteer.
Okay.
Yes.
Will there be a reminder of what we've actually signed up for? I filed it somewhere and I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you know, I sleep, and once I sleep, the head is empty for new information. But Donna can send out something.
Now, if you can go back to the original Sign Up Genius link that you registered at, and it will populate and show you what you signed up for. There also should have been a reply email telling you what you responded for, so unless you deleted your reply email, it's in your mail log.
If you got 30,000 mail logs.
I'm sorry, Karen. Okay, how do you find the sign up link? Once you've registered for your 10 hours, Donna can send it to you. So if you have a...
I mean, just to volunteer, not to get the reduced rate, just to volunteer.
But Donna can send you the link.
That link comes, the regular link comes from the state office.
No, the Sign Up Genius link.
That's your link, Dawn.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So that's Karen Mason that wants to sign. Okay. We also have the hospitality room in the hotel where we can go grab lunch Wednesday, Thursday, sit back, have a snack, have a drink, a non-alcoholic drink, of course. But what we would, Kathy Searcy is the chair of that, and what we would like is if some of y'all could make some goodies for us. I mean, we'll have sandwiches or we'll have pizza, but y'all can make the little good stuff. So we appreciate that. And we have a change in the state conference chairman meeting. It will be Monday, the 15th, 2 p.m. by Zoom. So that makes it a little easier for us. Yes, Kathy?
For those who want to bake or bring things to the hospitality suite at the state convention, you get volunteer credit for doing that. It's an hour of volunteer credit for cooking and an hour of volunteer
Okay, what she was saying is that for the 10 hours conference credit, you're gonna get an hour credit for cooking, an hour for bringing it and setting up. However, on your regular, let's put in our hours, if it takes you 5 hours to cook and do whatever, then you put your 5 hours in. Y'all see the difference? Okay. Well, when we find out the number, we'll advertise it. Judy? 2 p.m. Yes. Tina?
So if you decide to bring something to share, does it need to be cold, hot? I mean, I don't know.
There is a refrigerator.
There's a refrigerator, there's nothing.
And there's a cooktop, I think.
There is a cooktop?
Yeah, it's one of the, well, we're gonna finalize it when we go look.
I think it's a small little oven thing in there.
Yeah.
It's a small little, yeah.
Okay, all right, so you can bring something hot or cold.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, plant sale, Claudette.
Hello, everyone. Great to have this microphone this month. Well, I was just given a real zinger about 10 minutes before the meeting. So that wonderful map that you have, that's the second page of your handout, disregard that. They've moved the horses from the barn arena to the demolition derby. So we don't have any idea how we're going to be coming and going on Friday and Saturday, but we'll figure it out. And you will be notified. Donna and I will get together and make a great new map, and it will come out via Constant Contact, thanks to our illustrious person, Lynn Johnson. The other things on this setup sheet are pretty much the same. Tuesday will be set up, and we will be able to come through the main gate, and we'll be there from 9 to 4, setting up Building 5 for our speakers, our education exhibitors, and Building 6, our horticulture building, with our tables, flyers, and all that good stuff. And also, we will be putting up all the banners around the on all the fences, and we might have to change a couple of those too. On Wednesday, for all of you that are bringing all your good stuff, that is the day. We are not bringing any of the individual Master Gardener plants on Thursday. We are going to be bringing individual Master Gardener plants and any that we have to pick up potentially from houses. Those will all be delivered on Wednesday with your wagons, with your trash to treasures, and those all will be delivered to Building 6. And Thursday, we will be emptying out both greenhouses, the Fountain Lake greenhouse, the green team. They'll be delivering at 9. Learning Greenhouse will be delivering at 9:30, and then our vendors will be arriving about 12-ish, and they'll be coming anytime between 12 and 7. And Friday and Saturday, as you can see, the garden show will start at 8. Well, it won't start at 8. I would like to have all the Master Gardeners there by 8 o'clock who are going to be working. Now, like I said, I have no idea which gate you're going to be coming through, because you don't want to come through the front gate because all of our guests are going to be in line. So we will be letting you know about that. And Saturday is the same. And we will not be tearing down any buildings, the exhibitors and or the vendors until 5 o'clock. So also, if you have not signed up for a position, Donna Woodard will be up here after the meeting, and Donna, stand up for a second, because everybody says, I don't know who she is. If you have not signed up on Constant Contact, Carolyn, she's sitting right next to you. Also, two Carolyns here, both of them didn't know Donna. So if you have not signed up, you can come and talk to Donna in person, and she will put you in a spot. We are lacking tear down. Last year I was there till almost 8 o'clock helping with my husband and Luke. We were tearing down, so don't be afraid. If you don't want to come to the show, you can just come at the end and help us tear down. And for those of you that have never been and don't want to work but just come, we have some really great vendors. We have 45 vendors, confirmed signed vendors. And on a really super great note, ladies and gentlemen, we have already made $16,325. And that is thanks to our vendors and to our sponsors. And we have the 45 vendors. We have 62 booths that have been sold. We have 12 brand new vendors, and we have 6 returning vendors, so that's really cool. They are starting to talk to each other, telling them what a great show that we put on, and it's quite a compliment to our team that they're talking to each other. And I have a lady coming from Kansas, everything lavender, sprays, lotions, candy, cookies, you name it. 2 new glass artists. We have 3 ceramic artists coming now, and there are 2 or 3 new nursery vendors. Azalea Hill, he didn't come last year. He said a week later is bad for his azaleas. Well, yeah, he's coming back. And we have the Woodman Designs, the cedar birdhouses, they're coming back. And let's see. Also, when you come, make sure you always check in at Building 5. That's our volunteer station right there at the front. It's right across from the Hospitality Center. And let's see, anything else? I was going to tell you it's important to come through the Lonsdale Gate, but yeah, disregard that. Don't know where you're going to be going, but I'll let you know. Any questions? Oh, clear as mud, right? Okay, thanks, guys.
Okay, new business, Years of Service Awards. Sherry and Heidi will take care of this.
Speak too. I forgot that part. Okay, as Gail just said, this is years of service. So we're going to recognize people who have reached their 5-year, their 10-year, 15, so on and so on. So here we go. We're going to ask you to come up and stay for your picture as usual. Get your badge and then have your seat. Okay, so the first group is our 5 years. Colleen Curtis, Judy Dare, just come on up, please. Larita Gilbert, Cindy Hart, Lynn Janaski, Susan Koenig, Wayne Lynch, Judy Novak, Donna Peebles, Paula Porter, Pat Sisterhin, and Summer Summers. So as you know, after 5 years, you get a brand new badge.
Wayne?
getting the picture, we're going to go on with the next group, and please come forward. These are our folks we're recognizing as for their 10 years of service. Kay Adams, Annette Enderlin, Karen Geiger, Nancy Griskelis, Laura Lovett, Carol Scribner, Don Swatter, Gwen Southern.
Okay, now you go.
Next.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Hello there.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go again. 15 years. These are our life members. All right, let's go. Cindy Bright, Linda Doherty, Sue Finley, Elizabeth McNally, Debbie Rowling, Hildy Simmons, Barbara Smith, and Jamie Charlton. Please come up.
Congratulations, Hilly.
We don't have to work if we don't want
You're gonna have to work, honey.
Oh, you've done? I didn't know you did it. Well, you just become one of us. You gotta be one of us.
You get that in the yard. So there's
Lifers, right. All right, we have two people who have reached 20 years. Ronald Giddings and Heidi Haskins. Roger Roger's not here, so Heidi.
I mean, it brings us small. Just by looking at the plant, you can just tell the plant itself. Chances are it's
Okay, Karen Grisham called and asked to be put on the agenda. They have a special activity today. So Karen, if you'd come up with the Sow and Till group.
What? No, pull my name.
Here.
Okay, I am a transplant to Arkansas, and that I'm so grateful to be here. And I know that a lot of you are transplants as well. So you're all from somewhere else. And I didn't know about the state flour, the state cooking vessel, the state nut, the state, you name it, we have it. So I hope y'all got a chance to see some of the things. And so I just drew off prizes for some of them. I couldn't do all of them. But a lot of people contributed to this for the prizes. So what I'm going to do is have Gail draw a name.
Debbie Brenneman.
We're going to do something a little bit different than we've done before. When you come up, just stand up here and you're gonna spin the wheel. We're gonna draw 11 names, because that's how many things I have.
Becky Landis. Pat Zeller. Terry Jo Gray.
We need 11.
Charlene O'Neill. Diane Arrington. This is number 7. Marianne Jarvis. Number 8. Laurie Lovett. Number 9. Glasses on. Is that Leanne? Oh, I had it upside down. Deidre Dudley. Okay. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is number 10. Annette Sherrill. And this ought to be number 11. Michael Carr. That's 11.
Okay, when coming up with this display, I got to thinking about, I didn't know anything about anything for Arkansas. And so what I like to do is just announce where the person came from and spin the wheel. And you'll get the corresponding little something. It's not much, okay? Some of them are a lot and took a lot of effort, and some of them not so much. Okay. Okay. Oh, my spinner probably doesn't work that well, so you might have to give it a little push. Michael Carr from Colorado. We're glad you're here. Yes, big hard. Okay. Butterfly. That's a little butterfly for your pot.
Open it, Michael. Open it so we can all see.
That's the state butterfly. I hope y'all got to know about it. It's a state Diana fritillary. Okay. Charlene O'Neill? Yes. Okay. All right, spin the wheel. You did. Where are you from?
I've lived in Hot Springs 39 years, but I'm from Mena, Arkansas.
Okay, Mena. That's the unusual thing. We've got somebody that's from here. Hard. No, that's fine. That is the state insect, and it's a honeybee. Laurie Lovett from Texas. Oh, we already did butterfly. See, I told y'all. Okay, state bird is a mockingbird. Watch out. This is on my bird seed stash. It's good stuff too, I think. Deirdre Dudley from Hawaii. Teacher's right.
Is that true?
2.5 years.
Okay. Our state flower is the apple blossom. And
Not the plumeria.
that's a little fun.
Oh, wonderful, thank you.
Smells like apple blossom.
So,
Becky Landis? Becky Landis, and she's from Blytheville. Is that Arkansas?
Yeah. Little Rock.
Oh, Dallas. She's kind of going around.
I didn't know if it was beginning or end.
Okay, spin the wheel. We already gave that one. Okay, well, we're gonna go with the state grain. This is Riceland rice. And 5 pounds. 5 pounds. Marianne Jarvis from Indiana.
I'm a Hoosier.
Okay.
John Mellencamp.
Oh, go be a weenie.
I want the butterfly.
Done.
Very dark.
We're gonna go with the pink, I believe it's Bradley tomato. And I couldn't find one. And it's pink. And anyways, so I went to Larry Hardin's farm, and he is on the garden tour, and he grew these in his greenhouse. So they're just not, any store-bought tomato. They're very nice tomatoes. So you can pick one. But I did get a pink one. It's just not the same. But
Diane, do we want a pink one?
we got Abe Lincoln and the pink and Cherokee purple. Cherokee purple. Okay. Annette Cheryl. Hi. Where are you from?
Arkansas, born and raised, lived other places. So, Arkansas, born and raised.
Yay.
That's right.
Oh, we did the honeybee already, but it's closer to the, okay. This was donated by Jamie Wilkerson. She made this. It's a bourbon, pecan, buttermilk, pound cake, salted caramel, praline glaze. She's in business, and it's home with honey, so y'all need to go for it. She delivers everything.
You want to sample it? You certainly can.
from Hot Springs. Maybe start. Start there. Oh, sorry. Okay, we just did the I mean.
The diamond.
Okay. You're gonna have to do it again. Keep going. We'll just, it didn't work too high.
If you lay it down.
Let's do Cynthiana grapes, okay, because we don't have that many left. Okay. I couldn't find Cynthiana grapes. I called all the vineyards, and I called the wine places. Can't find them. Right now, I think it's because there is a fight between us and Missouri. We're fighting over the grape. So this is homemade, homegrown jelly made by Diane Daniel, donated. And it's not the Cynthiana grape, but it's strawberry. And those were homegrown. I'm running out of I think I've got too many people. Okay, I got 3. Oh, yeah, okay.
You got 3?
Pat Zeller from Oklahoma. Okay, that's closest to the diamond. So.
You've got to be kidding.
Pat Zeller. The honorary Arkansan.
I don't have enough hair, because I sure have a lot, but.
You can stay.
You can do however you want to. You're the queen.
Let her
Carrie
choose
Jo.
first, I don't care, yeah.
Carrie Jo, if you want to spin, you can, but they're
Oh,
both
that's
layers.
okay.
Okay, you got Abe Lincoln, and then the pink.
I'll take the 8. Yeah. I'm from Houston, Texas.
Thank you, I learned a lot by doing this.
Okay, we are down to announcements. 2 very quick announcements. Michael Carr has a neighbor that has pine trees in her yard that she would be more than happy to dig and pot up if anybody wants a pine tree. These are 3-foot and 5-foot pine trees, so see Michael Carr after the meeting if you want one of them. Second, June Ann has asked that if any of you want to earn hours baking goodies for the hospitality area at the plant sale, you can earn hours for that. So they'll have a lot of things there already, but if you want to bake cookies or brownies or bring something, please see June Ann, or just bring it, but make sure you sign in so we'll know who brought what. Okay, yes, Sheila.
I have a quick announcement.
Okay.
I know I'm standing between y'all and leaving. Okay, quick announcement. My little element of the garden show is all the public education. So there are a couple of things that we really would like to get the word out early because you need to know to bring something to the garden show with you. One of those is the U of A plant pathologist is going to be here again this year. And Jason wants to make sure that people know if you've got a problem tree, a problem shrub, whatever it is, you know, you need to bring your leaves, small branches, little pieces of root, photographs, things like that, to bring it to him so he can help you analyze what the deal is and how you can take action for it. So tell your friends about that opportunity, right? Because it's going to be right here for 2 days. So both Friday and Saturday, 9 to 5, he's going to be here. Yes?
Just make sure they're in a plastic bag sealed up, so if it's something nasty, it doesn't contaminate the world.
Yeah, so we don't put fungus spores on everything. That's a great suggestion, FT. So, and then the other thing that's a new thing, and so none of us really knew about it before, but we're working with the Arkansas Department of Health, who is also partnering with the EPA, and they are bringing a lab to our show, and they're going to be able to test soil for heavy metals, like lead and things like that that might be in your soil. You know, hey, there's a lot of, if you live in a historical area, there's lots of reasons in Garland County you would want your soil tested for heavy metals. And so I've been trying to put on social media the flyer that they made up of what you need to do, but basically it's a quart bag of soil. You want to get all the rocks and debris and whatnot out of it. And they're going to have the lab right there for you to, it's going to be in Building 7. And so we want to spread the word about that, because if you show up at the garden show and you wish you had brought your soil, you're not going to want to go home and come back. So please do share that information. This is a new thing for the Arkansas Department of Health. And if nothing else, we need to bring bags of soil so that they can sort of work out the newness of this lab. It'll be the first time they've been able to use it. It's coming in from Dallas. We're kind of all that. All right? Thanks very much.
Any other announcements? Okay. Oh, Donna.
Also for the plant sale, see Donna.
Any other announcements? Okay, Karen?
Just anybody that let us use something for the parade, I brought it back and it's at the door. So look at that.
Okay, if you are missing parade items from the St. Patrick's Day, see Karen at the door at the back. Okay, no other announcements. Our next meeting is May 16th, regular Thursday. See you then.